What a week, right? What a week. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today, I'm not going to play the intro, the rap song. I think this video is going to be more about introspection, maybe. This week, we lost three pretty big names. Maybe for some, Theo from the Huxtables, from the Bill Cosby Show, from the Cosby Show. Maybe he's not as familiar as the other two, Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan. Unfortunately, death is a part of life, right? And people die every day. People we've never heard of. And we keep moving through life because we don't know about it, right? But when you see people that you grew up watching passing, and or you grew up listening to, and they're passing, and it's this close together, this many, I think it reminds us. It reminds us of how fragile life is. Ozzy Osbourne had some medical stuff. He lived a very rough life. He put a lot of wear and tear on his body. So, is it surprising? No. Is it unfortunate and sad? Absolutely. Malcolm Jamal Warner, I think his name was, Theo from the Huxtables, from the Cosby Show. He was relatively young still. Got caught in a rip current allegedly and exhausted himself and drowned. Horrible way to die. And then Hulk Hogan collapsed with cardiac arrest. I remember growing up, I stopped watching wrestling when it was still WWF. I believe I stopped watching wrestling, and last time I probably watched it was like 1987. And by then, I probably only watched a couple of matches. But the Hulkster was the big man on campus. He was the big dog. I remember when he became the bad guy for a little while, and I don't think I was really into it at that point, but I remember hearing about it. I remember watching Rocky, and Rocky had to fight him. He was Thunder Lips, or I don't know what his damn name was in there, but Rocky fought him, and to a lot of kids, man, that was somebody to look up to. I looked up to Bruce Lee more. That was more of my style, but I remember when kids were getting the collectibles, they weren't collectibles to us. They were toys, right? And I remember when kids would get those wrestlers, and Hulk Hogan was the one that everybody wanted, right? Something that I saw, a very, very good friend of mine sent me on IG, something that I didn't know about, and I'm glad to know, and I'm glad to have seen, and it was a video of Hulk Hogan being baptized, and so at least there's that Hulk Hogan was right with the God of his choosing before he left. And I think that's important. I think it's very important that, with all the hustle and bustle and all the negativity and the drama and, all the things that are going on in life and how fast life is, it's important that we find those moments, and whatever God you believe in, that you have a moment with them. These are those moments where you see things like this, and again, you just understand how fragile life is, how quick it can be lost. And so you should be thankful, and you should be grateful. It should also be a time where any family members, maybe you're not in agreement with, or you had a dispute, an argument, a year ago or whatever, and the issue was really this big, man. But for ego and pride, you guys can't seem to get back on the same terms. Moments like this hopefully will let you notice that and say, and you know what, I'm gonna reach out to this person, man, because I would hate to lose this person and still be tripping over nothing, right? For those of you that don't know this, just a side note, like I said, Malcolm, Theo, from what I heard, he got caught in a rip current out in the ocean, and he drowned. Just for those of you that aren't aware, if you ever get out there in the ocean, don't let this scare you. Where I'm never getting in the water. No, just knowledge is power, man. You ever get caught in a rip current? Don't don't fight it. That's how you die. You exhaust yourself. Instead, float. Let it take you. It's scary. You don't know how far it's gonna take you, but let it take you. And then when it stops, don't swim back towards the shore. Swim parallel to the shore for a ways, and then swim diagonally towards the shore, and you'll get there. If you try to fight it, you get exhausted and then you drown because you don't have the strength anymore to keep your head above water. Hulk Hogan, man. I think out of the three, that's the one where I was more like, and here's another thing. During his divorce, some ugly videos came out. And, for some people, it was unforgivable. I'm not the kind of person that is willing to say someone is unforgivable unless they've done horrible things to women and children or the elderly. Then I can't forgive that. But someone caught up in divorce and the stress and all that, and they say foul stuff, doesn't mean it's okay. It doesn't mean that if you're going through something, you're allowed to be disrespectful to an ethnicity or to a gender or anything like that, right? But like everyone else, Hulk Hogan had flaws. He was a hero to people that he offended in the videos that his ex-wife released. And it's unfortunate that there are going to be people who that's what they want to think about. And they're going to leave those comments. And that's why I wanted to bring it up. Because I know people are going to be like, oh, you must be okay with him saying this or that. That's not what this video is about. This video is about remembering to enjoy life. Remembering to enjoy the people in your life. Remembering to love the people in your life. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.